Dude. Those racing straps look so fucking sick, dude. That's a fucking great water anomaly. Fuck. Look at that shit, man. Look, I've done some checking. Super light relic. I'm gonna add just a couple things and then we're done. This thing's, that's fucking gorgeous, bro. All right, g'day. It's 1 p.m. on a Friday. I am heading to work. First, I need to stop by Grun's Guitars and see Golden Boy, aka one of my best mates, Brian. He has my pedal board. I thought it was a Pedal Train Nano. It's a Pedal Train Nano Plus. And that's important because I was going to do a video about like, hey, what's the perfect Pedal Train Nano? But now it's Pedal Train Nano Plus, so it's like, oh, it can fit so much. And it's really interesting because well, I grew up always wanting more pedals, right? More and more and more and more and more and more and more. And I've had these big boards and I've had these tiny boards, and I go back and forth. Like sometimes I'm building this big board right now, Dustin Barber at Brightside Sound Machine, and a couple companies have things that aren't released yet that I'm planning to put on there, and it's just like, well, why have so much versus why have so little? Today my rig is an HX Stomp. I got a Brothers AM, the King of Tone, Analog Man. I have a Fuchs Valve Job 2, which is like a Zen drive with a built-in boost. And then I have this Love Pedal BC 558. It's a fuzz face thingy. I don't know. I have 5 switches of gain. That seems too much, but I'm purposely making it excessive. And I already have a feeling I might go down to like the Brothers AM, a light speed and a Zen drive. I really do love the Zen drive. I really do. The HX Stomp, I think, is the best pedal released of this century, just because it's so handy. But it's interesting. I was talking to like a really good friend of mine, and he went and got the Spaceship board, mate, because he's like a really good session player. And then he pared it down. And he had the Plexi that he sold to my friend who sold it to me. And all this stuff, he kind of just was like, yeah, actually, I want to go simpler and simpler. And it made me realize, like, as I've gotten more comfortable with my hands as I play and as I've become a better player, I just consistently want less and less to think about and worry about. And I want to actually focus more on using the stuff I have, right? And it's a very interesting place to be, I think, as a guitarist, because you know, we all dream of like the crazy, like, I wish I had someone carting around a board for me the size of this car. I'd have, you know, why do you have this pedal with one setting? Because I can, because no one can stop me. But it's not feasible, it's not realistic. I am going to do like a big board and like I'll do a crazy run through. It's going to look like one of them church boards, but it's like I was going to have like 6 stages of gain or something, and then one of my friends has that, and I was like, I don't do real sessions like the big boys. I don't need 6 stages of gain. I actually think of it more like types of gain, and I understand why session players have like a rat maybe they never use. It's because sometimes the sound you need is a rat, right? But in my case, like a King of Tone, a Zen drive, and a Nobles, and like a G7, and I can do anything. You know, not death metal. I'm not going to get into that argument like, oh, not everything's, but I can EQ stuff and put it under a mic and it'll sound good, I guess. The irony is I'm drinking coffee and I'm yawning. Anyway, yeah, I hit 1K. That was cool. That was really nice. I had some fellas reach out, congrats me and all that, and I put up these shirts, a bunch of these, just like, hey, message me, I'll sell you one, and nearly sold out of them, which is like crazy. So that felt really good. I got to live in nostalgia for a sec. Ryan messaged me and he's an electrical engineer, which is what I was going to do if I wasn't doing music. It's what my best mate Tangy does. Tangy's in New Zealand right now. We grew up, went to college together in Australia. He actually just got married like a week after I did, and he sent me the invitation, and then I was like, oh dude, I'm so sorry I can't make it because I'm getting married. I thought that was really beautiful, and yeah, good old Tang and his modular synthesizer. I ended up having a really great chat with an old friend of mine I've known for, I think we met in 2015, because I was touring around doing some noise music. A good friend of mine, Shawnee. Shawnee's awesome. The thing about Shawnee that's great is Shawnee. That's it. And we were talking about intentionality and music. Shawnee plays in a band called Shyrese and releases this. It's good to listen to. It's more incredible to watch. That's noise music, or just avant-garde experimental music under the moniker of Jackson Pratt. That's an interesting topic. What is intentionality in music? What is music? I like experimental music. I don't think that's a secret to anyone. I'm always listening to ambient or noise or, guy driving halfway in my lane, modern jazz or something. But I also like listening to just Kiss and Rory Gallagher and Laurel Canyon music. I got put onto this great record actually by my friend Steven, The Wallflowers, and I'm gonna mess up the name, so I'm either gonna get it here. Bringing Down the Horse. Yeah, that's a really fantastic album. Actually, it's really good. Anyway, Shawnee and I were talking, and I think we talked a bit about intentionality in music, and I think that's something. I live in a world where the guitar playing is obviously the most fascinating thing, and guitar is like my whole world, and I've cried over this instrument, I've loved this instrument, I've spent time with it, I don't stop thinking about it, my whole life revolves around it. My wife walked into a store not long ago, oh that's a Telecaster, oh fuck, I know that now, because I don't shut up about it. She's actually had to tell me hey, no guitar. I really have taken this obsession with this instrument to the point of moving overseas to pursue it, because I truly love this more than anything. But as I've grown older, it's been less about the instrument and more about the sound and the notes compared to each other. There is the inherent obsession with the guitar, but the main thing is I've always been heavily obsessed with John Coltrane, and someone once was like, well, why Train? And I was like, well, he's the best, and they're like, yeah, but that's not enough. I know he's the best, but why? And this is another bloke. He's a sax player who I hung with a bunch, Sean Nowell. He's in New York. He's a killer. He actually knew this is even weirder, my teacher, Sean Coffin, in Australia. They went to Berkeley together in the 90s and used to play in Manhattan together. Anyway, so Sean, sax player, I just said to him, I was like, well, it's like, I don't know, when he plays a note, it feels right. And him and I talked for about 3 hours about that, and it was about the intentionality. Oh, there's a moving and storage thing called Blue Chip. A guitar reference. Wow. I like Blue Chip guitar picks. I have one. I need a new one. What picks do you all use? Because I use Ultex Jazz 3, but I wish something had a more rounded edge. Can I do it straight on? Rounded instead of kind of that squared off thing. I prefer rounded, or maybe even squared off but rounded corners. That would be nice. Anyway, talk about Coltrane and intentionality. That's the hardest thing to do in music, in my opinion. Being intentional about anything is really difficult because it means letting go. I could argue that using a smaller pedal board is intentional because I'm going to have to be more precise about my thoughts. But like the gig I did last night, I turned on and off 2 pedals the entire night. A delay and my King of Tone V2, and that was it, nothing else. So it just made me think like, wow, do I need all this stuff? I feel like it's really easy as a musician and a guitarist to get lost in being influenced by other people. I feel like a lot of people don't know who they are in some ways, you know, to some extent to that regard. I've certainly struggled with that. I'll gain a new interest or a new obsession and, you know, it'll engulf me and, you know, I'll take parts of it, but, you know, I'm 31. Finding who I was and getting to where I am has been a very, very interesting thing, you know. I think as humans we're all made up of the stories that create us, and those stories can be, well, they have to be good and bad, right? But playing with intention, you know, so Shawnee, my mate, and I are totally different guitarists, you know, but everything he does is very musical because of the intention behind it. Because if that note's there, it's meant to be there. It's thought. It's not thought to a level of precision that it's CNC milled and within the thousandth. But it's like when you listen to a musician who, it's like when you listen to like one of those old blues cats who just plays like 3 chords and the truth kind of thing. I think when people talk about that, it's the fact that these guys sing with intentionality and it's meant to be there. They're not just getting through a song. Like that song, they become the moment they're in and they become the song. Losing yourself to the moment, that's where that true intentionality comes from, and I think that's a spiritual experience and, you know, a space. I have to talk about that sometime. So anyway, this is a pretty long roundabout way of trying to thank a few people and talk about a few of my friends and people who've given me incredible experiences. And I'm nearly at Grun's, so I'm going to get to Grun's. We're going to say hi to Brian, and then I got to run to my tech and drop off something. Then I'm going to go downtown. I'm playing nudies with Jay Burgess. Tanks on drums, don't know who's on bass. Brookie Arnell co-front, and I'll get some clips. I'm going to bring my deluxe small pedal board. I think I'd actually like a pedal train nano. HX Stomp plus 2 pedals. I have the little thing on the HX Stomp, but really all I need is like, I like having 2 delays, I won't lie. I like having like a memory man and then like a dual delay or something. I really like dual delay lines. The more I study delay, the more I'm fascinated by it. If anyone has old rack delays they're selling or want to give away, I'm looking. Those are my dreams, like a AMS, DXM harmonizer, a lexicon, yeah, all that stuff is just like really incredible. But realistically, if I had to go through it, I'd have like, you know, I have the 4 switches, so like long delay, short delay, tremolo, chorus, I guess. But really all I'd need is like a memory man and tremolo. The memory man is just, the old ones are as good as they say. I have a couple. I've paid $40 for 2 memory men, which is insanity, but I am a lucky boy. But hey, I will make a video about that. On that note, I've been dreaming up and conceptualizing like my dream pedals and what they do and how they help me get to the sounds in my head. And a delay, a dual analog line delay that's like a lexicon prime time with more modulation options. Perhaps digitally controlled, but analog heart is kind of where I'm at. Almost like if you took like a Tonal Recall by Chase Bliss and gave it a second delay line. That would be like the dream. Good transition, Cameron, nice one. All right, this is going to be a long video, I can tell already. See you all in a second at Grun's. Look at that. Look at that.
What's up?
It's Golden Boy.
I know, I haven't been around the channel in a little bit.
No, but you're like that bit in SpongeBob where he appears from behind the... And everyone's like, ah! And he's just cleaning the stage.
I can't remember that episode.
I'll send you. All right, what's your favorite thing in Gruns right now? Brian works here at the beautiful Grun.
Favorite thing right now, we got a 57 TV yellow Les Paul Special. It is...
Can I have it?
Yeah, I'll just go ahead and grab it for you. I'll just walk out the
Yeah.
door.
I don't need a case, I'm fine.
Don't worry, no one's going to notice it's gone.
Yeah. They're never going to know.
But yeah, right now that is super sick. It was really funny actually when we got it in. I realized, oh, that's right. I don't like Les Pauls. I like Les Paul Specials.
Yeah, I have that special. I need to bring that out.
It is so much better than Les Paul Standard.
Really?
Oh my god.
They're more consistent.
Yeah, Les Paul Standards are the most overrated guitar on the planet. So
I kind of agree. I know that's insane. But when you play a good Les Paul...
When you play a good Les Paul, it's like, yeah, that's cool. But then you play a Les Paul Special, and you're like, oh, this is what it should be.
Yeah.
Because it's lighter, it has got better pickups, and it just looks fucking cool.
All right, and quickly,
Yeah.
your SG. The Skinnered SG, dude. This is my favorite story.
Yeah. So
this is me hunting for an SG, by the way,
was.
and I was annoyed.
This was as you were going to find yours. We got in a SG. I don't even remember the story of how it came into the shop necessarily, other than it showed up and we bought it from a guy. It's a 75, used to be Alpine white, now it is deep burnt nicotine like orange. I can send you a picture to put in the video.
Yeah, it's like my Jag. Jag's nicotine orange.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's nicotine orange. The peg head has broken off 2 times and has been repaired. It's got almost no frets left. And the best part about it is on the back of the guitar, somebody had like just roughly sanded off all of the finish to bare wood, like satin bare wood. And sometime in like the fucking 80s or whatever, they had all the surviving members of Lynyrd Skynyrd at the time sign the back of it. So I don't know Lynyrd Skynyrd, but it's like Ed King, Billy Powell, Gary, what's his fucking name?
Rossington?
Yeah, Gary Rossington.
Yeah, I think that's his name.
And then one other guy whose name I don't know if he was even in the band or maybe he was nearby.
He was just hanging out.
But it's one of the coolest fucking guitars I've ever seen in my life, and I love it dearly.
And it plays good. And thank you for this back.
Of course.
Dude, I got this the day before they technically came out, because
this might still be on the preset that I had been putting up.
16 delays.
Exactly, all the
9
delays.
choruses.
No, but there is, I think it's 2 delays, 2 choruses. No, 2 delays, 2 reverbs, and two reverbs, 1 delay, and a harmonic tremolo.
I'm into it.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to go gig it.
All right, you enjoy.
Love you, dog.
Bye-bye.
Sorry, Brian. Now, like Jade, Marcel, Noah, this is Nudies. Yeah. Lux. And that, right there, falls on you when you're playing if you play too many bad notes. Longest bar on Broadway. I'm gonna sing some. Let's have some fun. G'day. Well, that was a really fun gig. Jabe, Noah, Marcel, and Brooke. A lot of fun. 4 pedals. I mean, it's an HX stomp, but still, you know what I mean? That's a cool feeling. I used the fuzz pedal a few times. You know, when for the first hour, I was like, I'm never going to use this. It's no good. But when I turned into playing slide, the fuzz came in real handy. And just like riding the volume control. I think if I can lower the boost on the plush job too, which I believe I can, it'll be a perfect little board. HX Stomp is doing so much heavy lifting. There's a little tiny plate reverb ambient plate that's always on. There's an Adriatic delay, like a DM2 that's always on. They're very minute. They're just to thicken the tone. And then the compressor at the end trick, very low in the mix, acting like an always on pedal. And yeah, I had a lot of fun. Good band. Now I am going to go to Jack Brown's. I'm keeping this short because I'm just so tired. I really put myself to work on that gig. I'm going to go to Jack Brown's. My friend is working there, see her. And then my friend Anthony DaCosta is having his album release, and he gave me a door ticket, which is so kind. Thank you, Anthony. He's playing a Rucaster tonight, which is like, that's unbelievable. That makes me so happy. Man, I ran into Daniel Retberg, a phenomenal guitarist downtown. That guy is like so put together as a guitar player. He's got a great channel on here. He's got tons of views and stuff, but he's a really well put together guitar player. I love his playing. And then my mate left his keys in his car, so I had to run to the other garage and save him. That's fine. It's, you know what? It's good to do a good deed. That's how I feel about it. I don't feel like my time's wasted ever. So, yeah. Thanks to everyone who bought a shirt. Thanks for 1,000. I still can't believe that. Thanks to Brian. Thanks to everyone. Just a big love life kind of guy, you know what I mean? So I'm going to go watch Anthony's show. I have a quad tomorrow, so we're going to talk about the quad. I know what I'll title this. Some silly title. As Nick Varelis, the crazy Canadian. All right, I want to get out of this garage. Go eat. I hope you all enjoyed the clips. I had a lot of fun today. Just feeling good, and gonna go journal and meditate and all that later tonight. You know, the good stuff, right? Maybe I'll show what I eat at Jack Brown's. And yeah. All right. Peace. No, I will show what I eat at Jack Brown's because Jack Brown's the best. If I get to go, it might be so busy I don't get to go. If I don't, I'll probably eat somewhere not as good, but hopefully it's Jack Brown's. All right. Peace.